Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here because today we are finally getting a measurable snow. We are up to about 2 inches. We're expecting 3 to 6. So not only is that measurable, it's plowable. Now, I don't have a snow blower for my B2601. I don't have a snow pusher. I don't even have a rear scraper blade, but I do have a box blade. I don't really use that for snow. What I tend to use is my front end loader bucket. And that's what I'm going to do here today. But I've got something new to try out, so come on in the barn with me and let's check it out. So I brought the tractor in the barn. It's been left outside part of this season, and that's because the only thing I could fit in this big old barn is the mule, and I think that the tractor is better suited to be left outside for now. I don't think the mule is really made to be left out. So I brought the tractor in and I'm thawing it off right now. I'm melting down some of the snow, and then I can get to work. What I have to show you here today is not going to take very long to install. This is the Edge Tamer. The good folks at R2 Manufacturing sent me a set of Edge Tamers, and I want to show you how they work today. Now, if you're not familiar with the Edge Tamer, what this is a ski-shaped pad that bolts on, or in some cases clamps on, to your front end loader bucket, and it prevents your bucket from digging down into the ground, which is especially useful when pushing snow like we're going to do here today. Now, there are some optional accessories that you can get. I have a few here to share with you today, but let's start by bolting this on and taking a closer look at it. Now, this is one of the clamp-on Edge Tamers. Depending on the width of your bucket, you may have 2 or you may have 3. I have a set of 3, so I'm going to place 1 at each end of the bucket and 1 in the middle. Now, these are made in USA and they're cast from one solid piece of steel. Simple to put on. You just slide them into place, tighten down this grade 8 1/2-inch lock bolt, and you're good to go. So there's our set of 3 Edge Tamers. You can see how they look underneath as well with that ski area, and that will protect the bottom of the bucket and keep it from digging into the ground. And then we have the shoe front that will also help. Let me show you some of the accessories for these. Popping out this little plastic plug here reveals this hole, and this hole is what allows you to bolt on some of the accessories. Let me first mention that you can get a set of nice thick poly pads for the bottom of these. So if you're using these on blacktop or concrete, you can put the pads on that will keep that surface from getting scratched up. So that's a nice option. The first accessory I want to show you is the hitch tamer. And this is just a small adapter that goes in place with 1 bolt. You can put a ball on it, slides on the end, and 1 bolt locks it in place. And you can move around lightweight trailers, I think up to 1,500 pounds. So this is going to come in handy for moving around my utility trailer and some other small trailers on the property. And the other thing that they have, which I think is really useful, are called Tamer extensions. And these bolt on the same way that that hitch does, that hitch tamer. They go right on the end, and the bolt goes right in. And you just tighten that bolt up. Now, they don't flip up. They're secured just like that. You put 3 of these across, or even 2 of them across, and now you can haul branches or logs, or say you have a whole set of 2x4s you need to move around. Really handy, especially if you have a pin-on bucket and you don't have forks for that bucket. Now, these are not, again, not heavy duty, But you can put quite a bit of weight on these. And again, if you're moving around a small pile of lumber or whatnot, there's really no other way to do it on a tractor. So these are really a neat idea. Another item they offer, and I don't have one here because I don't have trash pickup, is called the Trash Tamer. And what that is, it's another device that bolts onto the Edge Tamer and allows you to pick up your municipal trash can and drive it to the edge of the property or the driveway or wherever you need to go with that. So it's a neat accessory for those of you who are lucky enough to have municipal trash pickup. Now, if you have a bigger tractor or you need something more substantial than the clamp-on Edge Tamer, they also sell this bolt-on Edge Tamer, which is twice as wide. It's 1/2-inch steel, looks like it's doubled up there, and this bolts on to the bottom of your bucket. Now, of course, you need holes in your bucket for that. Some buckets have pre-drilled holes. If not, you pop a hole in there and you can bolt this on. But what's neat about this is you can also use this with your box blade, and that's what I'm going to do with mine. If you get this bracket, again, amazingly heavy duty, this bracket will bolt to the side of your box blade, and then the Edge Tamer bolts onto that. And that will keep your box blade from digging in too much, kind of turning it into a bit of a land plane. Before we go outside, let me just say a little bit about R2 manufacturing. Now, this is a small business here in America. These products are made in America with an extremely high attention to quality. R2 stands for Ryan and Rob, two brothers. It's a very small business that started years ago with this invention and this idea, and it has grown and grown. So I just want to mention that you may see some unauthorized knockoffs out there. Don't be tempted by those. Go check out R2 Manufacturing and get the original thing. Now let's go play in the snow. Well, here's the first pass, and it worked out really well. You can see the skid mark there from the Edge Tamer. It left about a 1/2 inch of snow, which is just fine. Over here, look, there's even some red paint. That's how fresh it is. So I've got my 3 marks from my Edge Tamers. Didn't dig into the stone anywhere along the driveway. So it's working out pretty well. I've been intentionally leaving the bucket level. I don't want to angle it forward too much, and I don't want to angle it back. So keeping it perfectly level, well, not perfectly, but as best I can do by eye. So keeping it level there, you can see that the back of the bucket is up off the ground, probably about 1 inch back here. There's the Edge Tamer right there, keeping it up off the ground. And it's working out pretty well. The most challenging thing is that with a bucket, it just fills up and starts to overflow on the sides. So, you know, you just have to push it off to the side once in a while. Where if you have a blade, you can be pushing it off to the side, or if you have a snowblower, obviously, that's pushing it far away. So with a bucket, it fills up quickly, and then it's just overflowing on each side. But I'll have to probably hit it a few times just to make sure I clear out that overflow. But otherwise, I mean, it's really cleaning it nicely, and it's doing its job by not digging into the ground. Now, there's one thing that I think the Edge Tamers will prevent me from being able to do, and that's back dragging, because now I've got a few inches of metal sticking out from the Edge Tamer. So I think back dragging might be a little bit more difficult. You know, I don't think I can get as much material when I back drag. Although, I seem to be proving myself wrong live on camera. That actually did a pretty good job. Enough at least to get the snow out of the way, and I can even use the back of the bucket. Just curl it back, and I could pull it back with that. I mean, we're only talking snow here. We're not doing finished grading or anything. We just want to clear a path. So that worked pretty well. There's one spot here where it's a low spot in the corner of the driveway, obviously muddy, and I sunk in a little bit. You can see here though, the edge tamer kept the bucket from digging in. There's the footprint of the edge tamer. So obviously that skidded against the ground, but it still kept that bucket from digging in. I have to say that worked really well. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, when I talked to Rob and Ryan, it's probably about 2 months ago, and they asked me to try out this product. And I said, you know, I can't even guarantee we'll get snow this year. Last year, we didn't even have a measurable snow here. So this is pretty fun that we've gotten this probably 3-4 inches at this point, and it's still coming down now. So good times, and I don't want to have too much more snow, but it's fun to have that snowy experience. So these are pretty darn good. I like them a lot. I'm excited to try out the hitch tamer to move my little trailer around. I'll probably put the adapters on, the extenders on, just to try them out. Even though I do have pallet forks, I can see where they would come in handy. And the bolt-on edge tamers, I'm going to adapt those to my box blade maybe in the spring and try that out and see if I'll be able to grade the driveway better with that. So I'm going to get back to work. I'll let you go and stay warm, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I invite you to join us. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.